Hey guys, welcome back to the ICW. I'm Jason Justak, and conspicuous by his absence is Ian Main. He couldn't make it this week, but sends his heartfelt hellos to everybody, and he'll join us on the next episode. While Ian's out, we've got an amazing person joining us today. He is a true leader. He's a public speaker, a team leader, an all around great guy, and super awesome in real estate and everything he does. It's Mr. Will Higgins.
Let's go.
All right, gang, here he is. Here's Will. And Will, thank you so much for coming out today on the ICW, man. And we were talking about doing everything. And you learned in your life through real estate and in your personal life that you don't have to do it all. Break that down for us. And what was kind of that pivotal point that said, man, time out. I need to reset and do what I need to do.
Yeah, man. Well, again, thanks for having me here. And yeah, so the conversation we had about trying to do everything, right? Like, we always have this mindset that no one can do it like we can, and the only way we can get it done is if we do it. Well, the only thing you have, well, one of the major things that you have that's limited is time and energy. So once you start thinking about it from that perspective, you only have limited time and energy. You realize that, you know what, I can't do everything, but also if I delegated the things that aren't the most crucial to getting to the result, that I can do more, right? So if I delegate some of the smaller things, right, like showing homes, going to inspections, stuff like that, then ideally I should have more time to get more clients, right? So
Right.
so that's kind of the thought process behind it, right? Like if you want to do more, there's some things that you have to do less, right? So there's that 80-20 rule, right? So 20% of your 80% of your results is going to come from 20% of what you do. Well, what happens if you just focus on the 20%? Like what could happen then?
Yeah. That's huge. And that's exactly, and I think we missed that. And I'm so happy you said the 80-20 because I'm guilty of it. I forgot about that. So that is such a critical piece. And I mean, also with your story too, Will, you were telling me, man, you took a year and a half or so off of production and now you're revving it up. How does
Mhm.
that feel for you? And what kind of made that gear shift?
Yeah, man. So, before I was here, I was at the traditional model, right, where you only got paid for doing one thing, and that was selling homes, right? The multiple streams of income wasn't baked into what you were already doing. So, in order to get more, guess what? You had to do more, right? So that's where I came from, and that was my mindset, and that mindset basically forced me to burn out, right? It forced me to burn out. So now my mindset is, I've basically restructured everything. So I took some time off, and thanks to the great company we're at, right? I have other streams of income coming in. So my family didn't miss a beat. Like I still have my car, I still have my houses. I didn't lose anything. And that's what you hear so much about agents that just kind of fall off. They lose everything.
Sure.
And good news is we don't have that issue here. But but yeah, I'm doing it smarter, and I'm ready to go full force now.
Love it. And I know God's got that path for you too, and you're going to achieve everything you put out there just because I get to know you as well, man. Now, you run a team, you're a public speaker, you host events. How do you make time for everything, man?
Yeah, so it's actually really tough. Yeah, it's really tough, man. But like I said, I have a team now, so my wife actually helps me. So she helps do stuff operationally, and then I have a VA that does a lot of my day-to-day stuff. The repetitive stuff, right?
Yep.
And a lot of it's just planning, man. Really just planning. But also, once you've done one, you can do many more because you already have the format. So it's a lot of this stuff is rinse and repeat, right? Just change the title, but it's the same process over and over and over again. And then in terms of public speaking, like I used to get nervous, now I don't because it was a mindset shift. Before, when I made it about me, then I would get nervous. But when now I make it about the people and the value that I'm going to bring and give, and it's just easy now because, you could change someone's life. And, before I kind of didn't post everything or I didn't want to speak. And someone said, that's selfish, right? And I was like, well, what do you mean? They said, well, you just never know who you're going to touch, right? Like who you're going to help. So now, anytime I get asked to speak, if I can do it, I do it.
It's cool that you did that. Now, was there like a light bulb moment, or was it just a conversation like that said, "Hey, I shouldn't do it for me. I should do it for them."
Yeah, the crazy thing is, for me, it's so easy to change direction, right? So once I hear something and I internalize it, the whole perspective changes, and I'm like, you know what, that's right, and I just go in that direction. So yeah, so it was
Nice.
literally
Yeah.
just instant.
Nice, man. Well, good. And now I know you're out in California, and I was checking out your Instagram, man, because you're always on fire on Instagram. You're doing videos and reels and posts and all this stuff. You always have great information. So if you haven't started following Will, get on Instagram and follow him. And man, what I really noticed too, beyond all the awesomeness that you have out there, you are like 100 people away from 10,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram. Did you know
Yes,
that?
I did, dude, and it's been a slow go, but now I'm focused on hitting that 10K. So I just changed directions again. So I think within the next month I should hit it with the new direction that I'm going.
Oh, I know you're going to hit it, man, and do it. Real fast, Will, tell them your Instagram handle so they can find you out there.
Yeah, I'm Will Higgins. So IMWILLHIGGINS is my Instagram. Come
Perfect.
on, join the party.
Get out there and start following Will because he is amazing. If you're in real estate, you need to follow Will. Just be one because his energy. He's a great guy with a ton of positivity inside, and he exudes it all. And then he's going to just give you lots of information too. So, as you look to the future, Will, what are some of your goals? What are your aspirations for yourself and maybe your wife and yeah, your family?
Yeah, man. So now again, I'm diving all the way back into production, man, and I want to do 100 transactions this year.
Oh,
I want to do 100 transactions. So in order to do that, I've had to say no to a lot of things. So I've cleared my schedule. I'm really diving into marketing, um, because I know I could do it, right? So I'm really diving into digital marketing, organic marketing, and just building out systems and processes and trying to break the systems and processes, so that I can hit that goal. So my ultimate goal is just to create chaos. Next 3 months, create as much chaos in my business as possible, and then try to restructure it from there. But I know just doing 100 transactions in a year, can change everything. And that's what I love about real estate, man. If you really just apply yourself, you can change everything in a year's time.
love that mindset. And you're totally right. You really can. And I love creating the chaos now. So I appreciate you saying that. Do you know I'm sure you do know this answer. What's the average price point of homes sold in your area in California?
Yeah, so we're at about 750 in my area.
All right. So, is that kind of where you average, or is it kind of, I know it fluctuates, but
No,
I'm trying to
I
do the
average more
math for
around
the
the
100.
900.
What's that?
Yeah, I average more around 900 for me
Nice.
personally.
All right, good,
Hmm.
good. So yeah, so you're looking at getting quite a bit of business out there. Excuse me. So as you shoot for that 100, it's you, your wife, you've got a virtual assistant, anybody else to help you with those numbers?
Yeah, yeah. So I have three sales associates. So California, well, Southern California is huge. I don't know if you've been here, but Southern California is huge, man. So we have four major counties, right? So we have Orange County, LA County, San Bernardino, Riverside. I'm in San Bernardino and I can cover San Bernardino, Riverside, but then I have one person in OC, and I have like two people in LA. So we're spread out so that we could handle the volume, right? Because it'd be nice to just get it all in one area, but it just comes from everywhere. So you have to have people in place to show the homes.
Sorry, I was holding that in while you're talking. We'll cut that part out. Uh, that's why I don't go live. Um, all right, let me get my composure. Man, that is awesome. So again, going back to what you said earlier, you're leveraging yourself to get bigger numbers. To get to 100 homes, you obviously see that you can't do it yourself. You've
Hmm.
got your wife, you've got your assistant, you've got your three team members that you found. So think back now, was that a life lesson for yourself to say, man, because I know sometimes in uh, like myself, maybe it's an ego thing. Oh, I can do it all, but as we get
Hmm.
older, you kind of fall into that point saying, man, maybe my wife could help me. Maybe if I get an assistant, maybe if I get a buyer's agent to go show homes, what
Hmm.
does that leverage look like you were talking about before? How is that mindset for yourself?
It's one of those things where you really have to think about what makes you happy, but also sometimes you just got to do it, right? So I did it that one year. I sold 46 homes and I freaking burnt out after that. And guess what you learn by selling 46 homes? If you like selling 46 homes, right? And I realized I don't like it. So so at that point, I like the money, but I don't like the process of doing it, right? So would I take less if I could do more, right? Like would I take less if I could do more? And it's again, it's that simple. And yes, I would. I would. If and the more people you help in this business, the more people you can help in the future because that's more people that you can give a great experience to that can refer you. So if you're a new agent, I remember when I first started, man, it wasn't about like a lot of agents care about the splits and all this other stuff. When I came into this business, I looked for every program that would send me leads because I know in the beginning it's about volume. I need to help as many people as I can. I don't care if I got to pay 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever. I need to help as many people as possible because now that's more people out there working for me to get me more business.
Absolutely perfectly said. It is, and that's where I want a lot of people, a lot of our viewers to understand that, especially if you're newer in real estate. Think that of what Will said. Don't look at those numbers. Just go out there and hustle. Go be you and
Mhm.
learn. And then as you develop, you leverage and grow and change your mindset. We're in real estate, it's ever revolving, right? It never
Mhm.
change. There never is the same. It's going to change month to month, year to year, and then we're going to continue to grow, man. So, Will, man, we're just about out of time, and I absolutely love it. I love your energy all the time, and just the way you speak, you think. You are such a true leader, and we are so honored to have you here today. Before you go, what's either one of your favorite quotes or one of your biggest life lessons that you've learned?
Yeah, so even though I'm not a big fan of Mike Tyson after this fight, but I love everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. You know what I mean? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And that's what it's about, man. Just being able to get back because you never know what's going to be thrown at you. And that's why I say you got to create chaos, right? Because when you train, you don't train to get hit with an uppercut, right? But it happens. It happens, right? So it causes chaos, and then you have to put the pieces together. So that's one of my favorite quotes, man.
I love it, Will. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and being here today, man. And remember, everybody, you don't have to do everything. Make sure you stay focused. If you ever need more information, reach out to myself or Will, and we'll be happy to help you get to where you need to go. Follow Will on Instagram. Let's help him get to 10,000 because what an accomplishment that is. And when you're out there, go out and create your chaos now, you guys. Now is the time. Just like Will said, create that chaos. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.